Hey, I'm Zach McDonald, your real estate agent with Real Property Associates, and today's question that every home buyer should ask is, what is an assessment? Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss assessments in general in a residential situation, but the idea with an assessment is that each month you are paying a fee to belong to either your condo or your HOA. If it's generally an HOA expense, but if you live in a house or in a neighborhood, sometimes you have dues as well, and those are assessments each month. Or if it's a house HOA, sometimes it's an annual thing. But these assessments are a regular charge, reoccurring charge, that are going to cover multiple things, and it really depends on the HOA. So your assessments for maybe a housing development might be somewhere between $7,500 and $200 a year, which is really low. And those are going to cover just general maintenance to the common areas, which are going to be things like the neighborhood sign and maybe having the grass, the lawn mowed in that neighborhood in the common areas. In a condo, a lot of times you have a lot more expenses. And with a condo, the HOA is going to own all the exterior. So in a condo, you own the interior, but the HOA as a whole and you as an owner are a part owner of all of it. And this assessment is something that's going to contribute to the HOA and allow the HOA to maintain these areas. So you'll have things like common area maintenance on there. You'll have things like bear with me here. You're gonna have the earthquake insurance if you're in a condo building. These items are also gonna cover things like the scheduled maintenance on the buildings. So if you need to replace windows, replace a roof, paint, things like that, that's all going to be covered under the HOA generally. And then the other things that this assessment is going to cover are things like just building up the reserve fund or paying property manager. So if you have a management company that's involved, they're going to be taking a fee. If you have the reserve fund amount, you're going to want to ideally have a healthy reserve fund so you can build that up. Again, that's going to be part of your HOA dues. And then sometimes in condo buildings, more commonly, things like water, sewer, and garbage are also included in those HOA amounts. So you've got quite a list of items that are covered. So the more items that are covered, if you have a swimming pool, things like that, right? But the more items that are covered, the higher those monthly assessments, monthly dues are going to be. Now, I do want to point out that these assessments aren't necessarily a bad thing. I think they're actually a good thing. Condos get a bad rap for their assessments, but what's essentially happening is if you have your water, sewer, garbage included, you have to pay those anyway. But with the other items, if you own a house, you are responsible for maintaining your house. And you might not set aside money every month or think about it on a monthly basis. Oh, I'm paying $400 a month again or $350 a month again to maintain my unit. As a homeowner, maybe you're not doing that, but 15, 20 years after you bought your house, you have a $10,000 to $15,000 roof bill, or you need to repaint your house and now you're paying another $5,000 or $10,000. Those are all expenses that you have. You might not plan for them as diligently as you would if you're part of a condo, but the idea with the condo HOA is, maybe some people are better planners than others, and you're kind of just finding common ground and making sure everybody's moving towards the goal there of maintaining the space that you all live in. There are other kinds of assessments, and I'll talk about those in the next video, and these are called special assessments, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions about the home buying process, you'll find those on my YouTube channel here. I actually have a playlist with lots of different questions that home buyers ask. And if you find this content valuable and you want to continue to see other videos like this, please subscribe.